Hello, Magickal Mavens. Welcome back to my channel. And welcome to my new series called Esoteric Occult Books for the Magically Inclined, where I will be reviewing different books that I study on my journey into the occult and in my endeavor to learn more about the esoteric science. So we'll have books on witchcraft, alchemy, and just different occult topics. Today, I will be reviewing The Inner Temple by Christopher Penzack. So join me, grab your favorite cup of tea, and come along for the book review. I'm gonna have a sip of my tea. Today I am having Earl Grey. It is one of my favorites. Blessed new moon, everyone. I spent today out in the garden, got back inside, and wanted to make this book review for you guys. I enjoy having a bit of tea with it. It's very refreshing. So definitely grab yourself a cuppa if you haven't already. So I actually finished reading this book a couple months ago and had planned this book review for you guys. So I'm very excited to finally be making this video today. If you see me looking up or whatever direction, it's because I did write out a script, so I will be using that kind of as a bullet point list as I talk to you. I haven't really done book reviews on YouTube, so I'm starting out with a script, and we'll see how it goes in the future, like whether I still need to use a script or not. But I think it's important for me in my mind just to not skip over anything that I wanted to say, so just bear with me. Okay, so as mentioned, we are reviewing The Inner Temple by Christopher Penzack. Okay, so the structure of the book is written so that the practitioner can go along with the year and a day journey while reading the book. So as you read the book, the chapters are structured so that you can take a chapter per month. There are different exercises in the chapter that you can practice for that month, and it will take each chapter is leading you to more information, more exercises that you can practice until you're ready to move on to the next chapter for the next month. And over the span of the book, there are the amount of chapters that are within the book equal the year and the day journey for the reader. So, I mean, it's a great book for covens if they want to kind of start out, with some of the basics and structure their year and a day journey, the first degree journey, using the Penzack book. So this is an introductory book in the series of Penzack's book that he has written. This first one focuses on developing the inner temple. So the next one following this book is the outer temple. For the purposes of this video, I'm obviously focusing on the inner temple. I haven't read the outer temple book yet, but this is actually a series that I'm reading with my coven. So I will be doing a review of the outer temple, and then the next one I think we're going to be reading in the series is a shamanic one. So I will be doing a review of all that. Plus, I'll be reviewing just other books that I read for my own solo practice as well. But going back to the Penzack book, the goal of the first book is to teach the practitioner how to develop what is referred to in the book as the divine mind, how to develop the higher self, the divine mind, your psychic mind, which will then act as a guide in your art of witchcraft. And your art of witchcraft is meaning your inner temple your higher self, developing that connection to that so that it can act as a guide in the way that you want to structure your craft, the way that you want to write your own rituals, write your own spells, your own, and have your own kind of artistic creative approach to that, by first developing your inner temple, the connection to the psychic mind, the connection to the higher self. Okay, so the idea is that the higher self leads that journey because, as is mentioned in the book, a lot of people look outside of themselves for information to do that, but the way that the nature of witchcraft is that all that information should be coming from inside of the self. And when you develop the inner temple, this is my thought process on it, is that you begin to receive the downloads. You begin to receive that ancient knowledge that is stored within your DNA. So, and then from that place is where you then create your craft. Not to say that you can't still look up information, but that's what's going to make it your own, and also be your compass to making sure that you are selecting the right information for you. I've come across people who are like, oh, you got to be careful what books you read. There's so many different things out there. I'm like, well, I have an inner compass, and that usually leads me to whatever information I need. So it's the same way with like your practice, developing that inner temple, and becoming familiar with that aspect of self that will then lead to how you create and what your artistic approach is on your witchcraft. And so there are, like I said, there are exercises that in the book that lead you through to that journey. Okay, guys, just gonna pause to take a sip of tea. Ooh. I like having a structured book review, but I also don't want it to be too structured. Meaning, it's okay to have a homey feel. More like a friend discussing a book. Okay. So, and I keep holding it up so you guys can see. The book is very diverse in topics. It starts out with the history of witchcraft, which I found very, very interesting. Like, they take you through the different sects of witchcraft and like the general history of witchcraft. And you know, the influence of like the Roman Catholic Church, all that. So, the witch trials, you know, the different sects, how they like migrated, and where like what the practices currently are today. And then it from the history of witchcraft, it then moves into lessons on the magical mind. So that's, you know, part of that being understanding the importance of brain waves and the different states that. Okay, guys, I lost my video because I'm running out of space on this phone, so I might need to switch to my laptop, which is going to have a grainier video, but I gotta figure out how to use my camera soon so that I don't run into this issue anymore. Okay, but so it talks about the importance of accessing the different states of our brain, the different brain waves, in order to tap into different levels of the psychic mind. And it includes exercises to shift the consciousness and enter into those altered states. The book also has many other diverse topics. So it touches on the Hermetic principle, the art of the psychic defenses, methods to heal blockages in the energy body, astral travel, shamanic journeying, and healing work. The book guides you through each of these topics, and also encourages the practitioner to take a year and a day in order to master the exercises and also to journal the progress, and ends with an initiation into the craft. So it includes an initiation ritual into the craft. The author takes a tone, I would say, throughout the books where he is addressing someone who is perhaps first venturing into the craft, which makes this a good book for a beginner witch. But there are enough topics that go outside of the rudimentary kind of 101 witchcraft, like the Hermetic principles and the shamanic world tree, that can make this a worthwhile read for someone who desires to move past the preliminary stages of witchcraft and embrace more diverse topics outside of what one would find in books, outside of what one would find in books published on Wicca. Okay, so I definitely need another cup of tea. It's been a long day, guys. And I'm also trying to get through this because I don't want this video to cut out again. So I usually would pause this to change out my script, but because I've been losing my video, I'm just going to do that with you guys here. And I also want some more tea. I have some more to pour, but I need more honey and milk. Okay. I think it's also important to note that the subjects go I think it's also important to note that though the subjects go beyond, which you would find in Wicca, which is what I kind of call light, like Wicca, witchcraft light. The author often takes a love and light or white magic approach while speaking about many of the topics. So it's not like what the book focuses on, but it's just a tone that the author has when he is discussing certain topics. So one example being, he said, if someone sends like a psychic attack your way to absorb the negative energy, and then like transmute it into love. So that's just an example of that. I personally didn't agree with a lot of the like love and light tone. I feel like that was just done for people who just kind of are journeying into the craft and may like be having some kind of doubts or concerns about, oh, is this bad? Like reading that kind of tone would be attractive to like a lot of like newbie witches who are acting from the fear mind. But for me, I was kind of like, I don't know about that. I don't mind doing a little return to sender. Okay. Yeah. So another thing you may also want to consider is, though the book does have a diverse range of topics, it is structured where you get a condensed version of those topics, you know, like a synopsis of a few paragraphs or a few pages. So the reader definitely will have to do additional work if they want a deeper understanding of the information in the book. Penzack does, however, include several lists of references for each topic, so you can purchase additional books and complete a more in-depth study. It is also important to note that along with the meditations, there is a CD that you can purchase. It doesn't come with the book, it's separate. I purchased mine through Spotify, or you can purchase like an actual CD. I would recommend Spotify because I don't know, CDs get scratched. But anyways, of the meditative exercises that are in the book. So they basically, you listen to it and it's kind of like a guided meditation with Penzack doing the guided meditation. I found the recorded meditations to be very helpful because they often have more than one step in like a lot of directions. So you don't have to worry about committing or the steps to memory with the audio guide. You can kind of just be in the moment. So guys, that sums up my review of Christopher Penzack's Inner Temple. If you found this review helpful, please like this video and perhaps share it with a friend. Also, keep an eye out for more book reviews on my new series, Esoteric and Occult Books for the Magically Inclined. Guys, see you in the next one.